its implications. The game is an immersive sim with Metroidvania level design. It's a spiritual successor to System Shock 2 and Prey 2017. What distinguishes Deepest Sphere from similar titles is its unique focus on real-time fluid simulation. Water in Deepest Sphere looks and behaves in physically accurate ways. It flows over surfaces and floods environments, it conducts electricity, it transfers heat, it knocks you off your feet with surging currents and deadly vortexes. And it can be manipulated by creating dams, locking down compartments, and using tools and equipment unique to our sci-fi setting. And more than that,
yeah, this game looks cool. I would play this.
Itself, creating a primordial soup for violent entities to spontaneously manifest from. Every puddle, leak, or water source is a potential spawn point for an entity to strike. Some of the greatest stories ever told in games have come from the horror genre. Our ambition is for Deepest Sphere to sit alongside these great works. Success is not guaranteed, but we know our commitment to quality and creativity are second to none. We will accept nothing less than to make the best game possible with the resources we have available. So expect AAA quality weapon feel, expect creative, strategic enemy AI behaviors, expect intuitive customizable controls, and expect high, stable frame rates across a range of hardware specs. For now, Deepest Sphere is coming exclusively to Steam. If you'd like to see the game on other platforms, please let those platform holders know. We want it too. As for Deepest Sphere's development, we'll have
this game looks pretty cool
in the coming months. Please wishlist
this game look alright.
If you like what you see. We want Deepest Sphere to be the next great immersive sim, and your enthusiasm energizes our creativity. So please spread the word, tell your friends, talk about the game on social media. It really helps more than you can imagine. Enjoy the rest of the show. Bye.
Scary stuff indeed, my friends. If you're looking for a horror show underwater, then Deepest Sphere may be the game for you.
It sounds chilling, Jules, which right now would be most welcome. I am getting crispy in the LA sun.
Yeah, tell me about it. Even though I've got Factor 1000 liberally applied all over my body, I am burning up. In fact, I'm going to need to take a breather for a bit, if that's okay.
That's absolutely fine. In fact, our next game is both an action-packed RPG and an idle game, which for those of you who don't know, is a game where you can literally play it half asleep with your hand on the mouse, clicking away.
Amazing stuff. Well,
Brilliant.
This is Berserk Bits.
Ooh, want to play a game like that. It's like Mega Man.
And you can wish this Berserk Bits over on Steam right now and check out an updated demo ahead of its launch later this year.
Now, prepare thy ears, Julian, because next we have a glorious coming-of-age adventure that doesn't just feature a bopping soundtrack.
Okay.
The bopping soundtrack is woven into the gameplay. Here's Mixtape.
What are we doing?
Hanging out, getting buzzed.
Mixtape is a coming-of-age action-adventure game about three friends on
This looks
their
super clean.
last
I've seen
night
this.
together.
Not
And they
the,
listen to this perfectly curated
a different trailer.
mixtape containing music from Devo and Joy Division and Lush and Smashing Pumpkins and a whole bunch of incredible music. And through gameplay, through music, you relive their finest hours.
It felt important at the time.
The music is a mixtape and so is the gameplay. There's everything from skateboarding to pulling slushies. There's an amazing level where you toilet paper a house. And let me just say, I just want to say our toilet paper tech is second to none. The way you can toilet paper that house, I'm extremely proud of. And, you know, like Grand Theft Auto, nothing on our toilet paper tech.
Mom, who is it?
One moment. It's the pigs, darling.
I think one of the things I enjoyed most about making the game was collating the soundtrack and then getting the wheels in motion of how to get that music. I'm not saying it was The Cure, but I remember we were trying to get one song, and one of the people who owned the copyright was up a mountain, and we had to like send a Sherpa to go and find this guy so we could get the rights to Plain Song by The Cure. So that was definitely one of the most exciting things, was like tracking down these artists. I think if you really love hangout movies like Dazed and Confused or Ferris Bueller's Day Off, or you're really into Wayne's World, I think that a lot of those references that you will get into Mixtape. And I think game-wise, it's hard to draw some comparisons to what it is. I think it's a weird mishmash of different things. I think maybe like What Remains of Edith Finch is something you could draw on. Obviously, it's tonally whiplash from that game, but like I said, it's a mixtape of craziness, of music, of different emotions, of different eras even, and a different gameplay.
All right, we got to set back up on
wish listed on Steam.
Kick.
You're going to be able to play it on Xbox and on Game Pass day one, PlayStation, Epic, wherever, Sega Dreamcast.
This look.
Go out and play it.
He said Sega Dreamcast.
Mixtape.
You can play this on the Sega
There
Dreamcast?
have been noise complaints.
Okay.
You just said you could play this game on a Sega Dreamcast.
Featuring an ear-tickling soundtrack of absolute bangers, Mixtape is coming to PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series later this year. They had me at toilet roll TPing a house.
Not enough games have that as a feature, in my opinion, over there. Now, Ames, I just want to say something right here, right now. I think that you would make a great queen. And you want to know why? I think it's because you're kind. You're very regal.
Appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Don't forget to hit the follow. We're gonna be doing
Oh, thanks, man.
music reactions
After all, Jules, the crown jewels.
on Kick.
The puns, it writes itself.
Like actual artists submitting music, and we give them feedback and react to the music. I got a buddy of mine that used to collab with DJ Academics, and I'm going to be going live with him, and we're going to be doing some live reactions on music. So I've had a few people already DM me about checking out that music, but we're going to save it for that stream. You feel me? I need to go buy me a capture card from Walmart. They got them now. That game look trash. I'm not gonna lie. Not for me.
Thrive Heavy Lies the Crown is out now in early access, and if you play it, you too can build your own medieval legacy. Amy, what are you doing?
I'm practicing my breach and clear manoeuvres, Jules.
Right, that seems like the obvious time to do that.
It actually is, because in our next game, you and up to 3 friends can take part in police raids as a crack team of operatives. This is Phantom Squad.
This is like this look pretty dope right here.
Jeez Louise, that game looks intense.
It really does, and you can get ready to clear, breach and detain sooner than you think, because Phantom Squad has a demo out right now, Jules.
Oh, lovely stuff. Well, I'll tell you what, let's keep the action going, because now we're going to chat to Rogue Factor and their upcoming game, Hell Is Us. They took us on a lovely studio tour and gave us a developer interview, which is coming up right now.
So Hell Is Us, in terms of genre, for me, is just an adventure game. And I truly mean this in the sense that you're going to go live an adventure with a very strong emphasis on exploration and discovery with absolutely no hand-holding. And it's kind of 50% exploration, 50% combat, so third-person melee combat with medieval weapons, even though it takes place in the modern era. There's a whole story behind that, of course. And yeah, I mean, you're by yourself and you need to figure out what's going on and go on investigations and fight your way through at the same time. So today I'll talk about the dungeons in Hell Is Us and what they mean and why they're there. they're so linked to the story and the lore and the deep history of the country and why all that stuff is happening without spoiling anything. And they're tremendously at the center of your golden path and what you need to achieve. I don't want the dungeons to be in modern environments.
They already showed this game.
An abandoned warehouse or an abandoned metro station.
I showed this earlier,
I still wanted the dungeons to be like, you feel like you're Indiana Jones, you know what I mean? And you need to go through them, and there's puzzles and there's things to figure out. There's side stuff in them as well, and there are main challenges at the end, which were not always necessarily.
If you ever played Zelda,
boss fight related, but there's also
earlier,
kind of like a bit of an eclectic thing happening at the end.
Earlier, they say they drew inspiration from
Obviously,
Zelda
very small
with this game.
For a game this big, like we reach maybe 55 people. So the dungeons, they're not all of them as complex as some, like all the time. And it's just, again, it's just this good old thing of like, there's dungeons in this game. You know what I mean? Like even though if it's not your main minute-to-minute thing, they're there.
This game gonna be good.
And you can explore the supernatural world of Hideo when Hell Is Us drops for current-gen consoles and PC on September the 5th. And I, for one, cannot wait.
Oh, I'm so excited for Hell Is Us. Up next, we have a self-announced love letter to the Souls-like series and the merciless combat and esoteric storytelling that fans have learnt to love and cry relentlessly about. This is Prison of Husks.
You coveted my heart and life. Would you still do so? Wake up, my love. Seek your beloved.
This looks like a PlayStation 1 game. Wishlist and demo. I don't understand like how these games with these super old graphics be taking so long to make.
Right now on Steam, there's a free demo.
Now, fresh off of its recent announcement, we're off to the strange world of Davy X. Jones, which, if you've not seen, is basically like if Doom was mixed with pirates. And yes, I love everything about that.
Yarr!
Doom mixed with pirates.
We're Parasite, a studio of industry veterans behind the critically acclaimed Blacktail. And this is your first dive into the Locker, our new world, the surreal pirate underworld of Davy X. Jones. Welcome to a fresh take on the legend, where story fuels action and death is just the beginning.
That gun,
betrayed,
that skin,
robbed, and beheaded.
Everything on the screen right
Davy
now
Jones
looks amazing.
To the Locker, the seafarer's afterlife. Now, it's time for revenge, with your body and your talking skull fighting side by side. Two halves of a legend, one hell of a journey.
Hey man, you get real high and play this game right here. You're gonna play it until you beat the game, bro. You ain't stopping until it's over.
Each with its own unexpected challenges and unique secrets to uncover. Master first-person combat with sword, gun, and grappling hook as you fight your way back into legend, one behemoth at a time. Fast, fluid, and fierce, Davy X. Jones brings classic pirate fantasy
Davy X.
with a
Jones.
twisted edge. It's bold and powered by dark humor, all wrapped in a world as strange as it is stunning. Ready to jump in? You won't have to wait long. Play Davy X. Jones demo during Steam Next Fest. Wishlist now, spread the word, and get ready to become the devil himself.
Who's the greatest pirate of them all? That's right, Captain Davy
and Jones.
What, you think we need one more?
You think we need one more? We'll get one more.
Wonder what happens once if he puts the head on, because he don't have a head. So if he put the head on, does that do something that they not showing in the trailer? You know what I'm saying?
FGS socials, so stay tuned and check out that new demo as well.
Now, if you thought life in general was pretty grim, try surviving on the hostile landscape of Mars. Here's Blind Descent.
You're finally awake. I recommend initiating a scan of your surroundings. You are 10 miles below the Martian surface. No signals.
Like the Venus flytrap grabbed his ass.
As your AI assistant, I advise immediate adaptation.
That's very clever right there for them to think of that. You gotta make a pot out of leaves and a tent out of big leaves.
Chance of escape non-zero. Chance of locating other crew members non-zero. Some may still be alive.
Blind Descent. This reminds me of one game they got on PlayStation 4 that was trash in the beginning, and they revamped it. You know what I mean? And now the game is amazing. Trying to think of the name of it. Can't think of it right
now. But let's change pace as we talk about how rubbish dating is.
Oh my God, mate. All the apps are rubbish. Sometimes I wish I could just date my PS5.
Well, luckily for you, I've got just the game for you, because we're going to be talking about Date Everything, a dating simulator in which you can literally date everything. We're talking lusty lampshades and saucy sauce pots. It's quite something.
And we're going to throw it back to Matthew and
Date
Laura,
everything.
who starred in the
The game gotta be
what it was like
trash.
turning inanimate objects into intimate objects with just their mouths. That
You
sounded
really,
better in my
you
head.
really got people out here that be dating real, like sex dolls in real life, and now they got a game simulating exactly that. Come on, man, this is crazy work.
Everything.
Damn, is that burp?
That's just like me in a relationship with this beer bottle. Like, yo, once I finish drinking the rest of this,
laundry
I hold on to the bottle, and this is my new bae.
It's an
Crazy.
unhealthy relationship, but you should totally try it out.
Maybe you can fix her.
Yeah, maybe. What about you?
I play Chance, the D20, to no one's surprise.
You open your mouth and out comes
Chance, what a great name.
I might have to adjust my camera just a little bit, but I'll do that another time.
And it's so well written.
It really is. It was so
Cause like
much fun.
my chair goes back, you know what I'm saying? So like if I sit back,
ends a genre.
I'm like this.
Because I don't know what you date.
But we'll adjust it later. So.
Games
Date
where you
everything.
can date everything.
You can date your existentialism, can't you?
Oh yeah. Among other, I know a few things that you can unlock in that game, and it's so. Play it. It's coming out
Please.
soon.
It's gonna be really fun.
So good. The
Really,
writing is
really
incredible.
Man, stop the cap, bro. I'm not playing that.
Sup, baby? That's a fantastic red shirt you've got. Glad it doesn't cover your sweet ass.
See what I'm saying? Come on,
like
man.
nothing
Cheese.
I have ever known before or since.
Thank you very much to Matt and Laura for that wonderful take on this very strange game.
And what you just saw was, in fact, only a humble snippet of a much bigger interview coming to the FGS YouTube channel soon with the lovely Matthew Mercer and Laura Bailey. So subscribe for that.
And you too can date everything when the game drops on June the 17th for Xbox Series X and S, PS5, Nintendo Switch, and of course, PC.
Now, sticking with the theme of looking at your home in a different way, we're going to have a little look at brain-tickling puzzler, The House of Tesla.
The House of Tesla. Man, Elon Musk just lost 150 mil. What did you lose? $50 billion, man, after Trump kicked him out the White House. So hey, Tesla stocks are down. You got any money in the Tesla stock, bro, you need to go and get your money out of there until their stock start to go back up. People are selling. It's a puzzle game. If you're into those, you know what I mean, puzzles and figuring stuff out, this is your type of game.
I mean, I struggled to change a bloody light bulb in my house, so I've got no chance with that game. However, you too can feel illuminated mentally when House of Tesla drops on Xbox Series X and S, PS5 and PC later this year.
Now, Jules, think fast. What's next?
I just told you my brain, no word good. Topless dog poker.
Oh, I wish. It's another world premiere.
Oh, that was like my 5th guess.
Better be good. Let's see. I wonder why they ain't show the Gears of War Reloaded, man. That's crazy.
Hope.
Because that comes out next month.
That's my name. My home is in the city
not
of
next month. It comes out in August.
It's beautiful. And I've always felt safe here. But that's all about to change. I live with my parents in a small apartment downtown. Or I did. I'm home! Mom? Dad? Anyone here? What happened? I need to find my parents. But how can I if I don't even know why they disappeared? People here are scared and don't want to get involved. But at least some are willing to talk. I don't know where this is leading me, but every clue reveals more of the city's darkest secrets. No matter what, I have to find my parents. And as long as I'm searching, I still have hope.
Need to see more.
And that was the world premiere cinematic trailer for Hope in the City, a neo-noir mystery coming soon to PC. If you like what you saw, wish this now on Steam.
Now, with our next game, we're travelling back in time to medieval legacies of sword fighting and, of course, bardcore music.
Is it called Rhythm of the Night?
No.
A Hard Day's Night?
No.
All Night Long?
Are you done?
Never.
Roll the clip.
Night Fever?
No.
Since we've got all the time in the world, let me tell you a story about King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table. It was a mythical time when being a knight really meant something. For them, honor was worth even more than life. But they knew how to spare their adversary when he deserved it. They courageously confronted the treacherous and deceitful, and delivered justice to the poor and oppressed. They served their king and queen loyally, in war and in peace, because they knew that their sovereigns would support them in return when they needed it. Magic was everywhere. And fairies, dragons, and giants were part of every great adventure. Above all, it was a time when the strength of warriors came from love, not hate. Listen to this story and learn, young knight. Because when reality is nothing but lies, violence and injustice, it is wise to turn to legends for hope.
Art style looks cool, but not for me.
Legends of the Round Table is a colourful medieval RPG in which you undertake perilous quests in order to defend your kingdom.
Well met, my liege. Up next, we have the sequel to a beloved action RPG that I know loads of people are excited about, especially this guy.
Yep.
We spoke to the devs behind Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault. Here's what you can expect from the upcoming game.
We've been working a lot in Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, and we are so happy that it's coming outside.
At the inside of my ear somehow.
Moonlighter 2 is basically the direct sequel to the first one, and you are a little merchant that
messaged you,
get
girl.
into travel, and you will experience classic fantasy adventures, so seen in many video games, but as the role of a merchant that has to take care of a shop and survive. Basically, what we tried with Moonlighter 2 is bring everything that made it special, the first one, and try to upgrade it, update it, make it more polished, more fitting, and we are
YouTube
trying
link
to make new and old players come back and enjoy
that I
a lot.
posted on Kick. For some reason, man, it's not working, man. It's just acting weird.
So, yeah, I hope we made it.
Already, a lot of people already love it. And
But the name is correct, so if y'all wanted to check me out on YouTube, all you gotta do is just
3D. We are going into a whole new
take that name and just type it in.
Honestly, the thing I'm more
Check out some
excited
videos,
to
man.
see people trying and
Drop a like,
myself
leave
on
your
this
thoughts and
way,
opinions. You feel me?
The new combat system, because I already love all the Zelda nods here and there in the first
This game's straight right here.
You can feel
The way this look, I would play this.
Combat system, a more deeper system in there, like with the perks that we also have in the dungeons, that you can really create and experiment in a lot more ways than in the first game, and I'm really excited to try that. I think that if you love Hades and how it's played, and you grew up playing Wind Waker, you have the perfect tiling here. Moonlighter 2 is coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox Series this summer.
Yeah, this gives you this gives you like the Zelda vibes.
Tell me, little merchant, how much can you take?
Moonlighter 2, the Endless Vault. I like that.
Oh man, that looks absolutely fantastic.
It looks so good, doesn't it? They've added loads of new mechanics. Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault is coming to PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox Series this summer.
Fantastic stuff. Now, Amy, how do you fancy revealing another release date for another game?
Oh, go on then.
Okay, well, here's the official release date trailer for upcoming quirky action rhythm puzzle platformer Antro.
For a second, I'm thinking they was about to announce the game that I actually want to hear.
I am the guilt of the consequence of everything that was destroyed. I gave myself to work. Work frees us from all guilt. I surrender to El Salva. El Salva watches over us. I surrender to La Cupola. La Cupola provides. Only then will we see the sun. Only then will we see the sun. Only then will we see the sun.
You heard it here first, guys. Antro is coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and PC on the 27th of June. If you're keen, wishlist it now and have a bash at the free demo.
Now, Amy, I've got a question for you. How do you feel about clowns?
Absolutely not.
Ah, that is a shame, because we're actually going to be talking about Terrify, the arcade game, an old-school beat-em-up side-scrolling title, and it stars everyone's favourite murderous clown, Art. Plus, it's co-op, so we can play it together.
How about I watch you play from behind a
I gotta see this one, man. I like clowns. A lot of people don't like clowns. They're scared of them. The Joker is he's the only reason why I like clowns. Oh, this is like a little, like Ninja Turtles, like a little beat 'em up. Yeah, I will for sure play this. Look how gory it is, man. Blood splatter everywhere. This looks like that one game, what do you call it? Scott Pilgrim. Look up Scott Pilgrim games. This might be the same developer. Demo available now. I'm gonna have to check the. And they go. Look at that. They went all out for it. Physical copy.
Art the Clown is a classy man, if you ask me. I also take a bin bag on a night out.
I've told you about that. That's just weird. Why do you... Anyway, Terrify, the arcade game, is coming to PC and consoles very soon. And of course, it's going to be invading your nightmares as well.
Now, I reckon I can sell you, Jules, on our next game in 6
I
words.
thought the finals has some Twitch
Bears
drops
and
available.
Giraffes in mech
I don't see anything.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Roll that trailer. Roll that trailer.
Listen up, rookie! You think you've got what it takes to survive?
Craft, upgrade, unleash the ultimate machine. Rewrite the battlefield again, and again. So choose your pilot, build your mech, lock your loadout. This is Animal Stars Arena.
Ooh, this look kind of fun right here.
I tell you what, those mechs are so cute and adorable that I just
They
want
need
to
to
collect
get.
them all and sit in my studio.
They need some investors to get behind that.
May, your Warhammer's really
That game
shiny.
looks
It
cool.
really is, and I do not apologise. That was the latest exclusive trailer for Animo Stars Arena.
If you liked it, make some noise.
Boo, boo,
But
boo,
also, go to their Kickstarter and wishlist it on Steam. It really helps the devs out.
It really does indeed. Now, the next game that we're going to be talking about is a bit of you, my friend, because it is a time-travelling murder mystery, and it is deliciously weird.
You really know me.
Time traveler murder
Also
mystery.
a world premiere. Enjoy.
It just has that tone, the instrumental that makes you just want to move, bro. Need to see more of that.
I'm not quite sure what I just watched, but I do know that I need to play it immediately.
Well, what you did actually watch was Dead Watch, a quirky comedic horror puzzle game.
I
that's
don't know
dropping
what
for
I just
PC
watched, but I
in
need to play it. Stop it.
2026. Ames, you still with me?
She's just saying stuff.
Wishlisting Dead Watch on Steam.
Ah, right, okay, fair enough.
No, you
There we
texting.
go. Right, that's done. Where are we off to next?
We are going to an 80s fictional abandoned paradise.
I've had worse holidays, mate.
Yeah.
My uncle, he taught me how to see the world, how to listen when no one is speaking. The only thing he ever feared was me, following in his footsteps. But when it's all said and done, he'll be glad I did.
Oh, no, 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 no!
Right. Please work. I'm gonna need you.
Dark times we're in, eh?
Don't go thinking you're a hero, kid.
There's a reason why they're keeping people out.
Who's behind all this?
Your uncle is a dangerous man, Miss Ravenstone.
If you're hearing this, you're already a part of it.
That was the latest trailer for Dimhaven The Lost Source, a narrative-driven
What's she
puzzle
doing?
adventure game. And Amy, what the hell are you doing, mate? What are you doing?
Well, our Uber driver's cancelled again. And
Right.
we've got to get back to the hotel somehow, so I'm calling a sandworm.
Okay, well, luckily we are talking about June Awakening, which this seems very reminiscent of,
Yeah,
because we went to
she's
go speak
AI.
to developers about their MMORPG game, and they had things to tell us, big, small, and worm-like. My Uber was like working a couple of minutes ago. We don't need to do this, surely.
We're fine, he said 3 minutes.
This is your path to awakening.
Hello, my name is Joel Bylos and I'm the creative director in Funcom Oslo, and we're working on June Awakening. June Awakening is a survival game on a massive scale. It's first and foremost a great June game, and then we layer in the survival elements that make a lot of sense because Arrakis is the most dangerous planet in the universe, so you'll be dodging sandstorms, sandworms, hostile...
I know they got a TV show or
scavengers
a
on the
movie
planet,
to this or
avoiding
something.
Sardaukar dropships, and playing through the game as you level up and try to uncover this great conspiracy that's happening in the Imperium. I like to refer back to the actual writing of Frank Herbert, because there's a scene in the book where Paul is in an ornithopter and they ask Liet Kynes, what would you do if you were trapped in the desert? And he says very simple, check the integrity of my stillsuit, stick to rocky ground to avoid the sandworms, and if you're very careful and stay out of the storms, you can make your way out of the desert. And that's kind of how I would expect people to start our game. Get equipped, check the integrity of your gear, and make sure that you're getting
cool
water,
weapon design.
stick to rocky ground, and slowly make your way to civilization. The first thing you need to know about Dune Awakening's story is it takes place in an alternate timeline. In this universe, Jessica Atreides gave birth to a daughter instead of a son, so Paul Atreides does not exist. And the game kind of explores the consequences of that decision. And so you as a player, you start out as a prisoner on a prison transport bound for a place called Neo-Carthag, and your prison ship gets shot down. And you land in this, in this shipwreck. You get rescued from the shipwreck by a mysterious stranger, and that's kind of where your journey begins in the game. And then, as you explore the story, you basically go out with this task: find the Fremen, and you're trying to figure out what has happened to the native people of Arrakis, where they've gone, and why. We aren't going into too much detail about post-launch, but there's one thing I've promised the fans that I can tell them is going to come down the road, and that is riding sandworms. Dune Awakening is out now for those who pre-ordered on Steam, on PC. It is coming on June 10th for people who purchase through Steam on PC, and it will be coming to consoles at a later date.
Amazing stuff. Now, unfortunately, we are at the
So it's
tail
out on
end
PC.
of our show, but we're going to leave you with one final thing that is absolutely beefy, my friends. Get hyped.
Thank you so much for joining us for FGS Live from LA. We've had an amazing time. Thank you for indulging our silly and possibly very sunburnt antics.
Yeah, definitely. But you can get yourself hyped for the next Future Games Show showcase, which is going to be at Gamescom in August. And in between those 2 points, you can go over to the FGS Steam page and wishlist all the games that were featured in this showcase and the one with Matt and Laura.
I think Xbox is doing a showcase tomorrow. I believe so.
From many of the games you saw tonight, including the one you're about to see.
So all that's left to say is goodbye, and thank you very much for having us.
Masz. Wstrętna, wyjąca się i oślizgła masz. Gdzie ja jestem, do cholery?
No jak to gdzie? W jeziornych kolonii. No nie wygłupiaj się.
Sucker fell off the train. Oh, this is kind of cool. I ain't never seen a perspective like this.
Wiesz jak pogrywać ze szkodnikami, świeżak? O, widzę, że niezłe leci skacze.
Yeah, this one looks alright.
Lewka, sobie zrobię jazdę próbną. Tam jest fajna trasa.
Proszę tego nie robić. Już kurwa mać, daj kobiecie trochę prywatności. Cholera jasna, proszę pani!
Przemyśl to.
Hope they have like a English, maybe an English voiceover or something. But this looks straight. That look alright. Hey, yo, that's the end of the Future Game Show for some music stream, depending on what my guys say. So y'all stay tuned, and I'm gonna let y'all know. All right. So as soon as he get back to me, then I'm gonna just